Hello gamers, I have made many poor videos and I'm about to make another one. However, I have finally cracked the secret of map making. It turns out how you make a good map is you spend several years of your off time autistically researching a million things, and then you very poorly take notes on all of them across 3 or 4 different note-taking mediums and fail to syncretize them all very well. And then once you've got the map about where you can start turning it into a player-facing map, then you make something that kind of looks good on accident. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. This is the epic map of Before the Flood, my cool D&D thing that is totally not me plagiarizing everything on the planet Earth ever, and is definitely not me just taking a bunch of random conspiracy theories and weirdo bullshit that I find on the internet and turning it into a open world D&D game. But it is also that. It is many things. It is also the bullshit that I have made up. It is, like, this isn't something someone made up. I mean, the shape of it is. There was a random generation, probably Don John, if I had to guess, or Don John random generator world thingy made the shape. But this is... So basically the idea of this map, this is a map of the known world according to the Empire of New Atlantis. Pardon me. These guys are basically these very original Magitech crystal laser space weirdo guys who actually originate from a really obscure fake Pacific continent called Rutos that one guy talked about and no one else. But basically, these guys have been one of the dominant empires of Atlantis for quite a while, because Atlantis, in this period, it's like they say at the beginning of Conan, between the time, because this is basically the time of Conan, between the time when the oceans drank Atlantis and basically the coming of written history. They say the Sons of Arius, which is, considering what Robert E. Howard probably meant when he said that, that's pretty fucked up. There are actually Aryans on this map, but it's all the non-racist kind of Aryans. Like, oh look, Scythians, or whatever, Scythians, however you pronounce that. Iranic-speaking horse nomads from real history. They can probably call themselves Aryans, and it's okay, I would assume. Fucking, what is it? Like, Uttarakuru, right? It's the Vedic kingdom. Okay, well, they can definitely, Afghulis, okay, those guys are probably mostly, I would assume, fantasy Pashtun. Iranis, this is Iran. This is Sassanid, or whatever, Achaemenid. Like, these guys they can call themselves Aryan. However, if we're over here and somebody starts calling themselves Aryan, there are one of two options. One, they're like Romani, or maybe they're Scythians, or two, they're Nazis. So probably don't want to, if the players come across the Nazis, which there are actually Nazis in the game, just not visible on this map, might add them later, but realistically, the idea of this map is that the Empire of New Atlantis, in recent history, within living memory, had someone who is named over here, named Zenko the Pilot, take an airship, one of the most state-of-the-art, or possibly an old, very powerful airship, and fly over all of Earth, record what he finds, basically. Um, and there's a note over here that I wrote. Zenko the pilot has been derided for his alleged use of exotic hallucinogens, psychic rituals, non-human liaisons, blackouts, and other behavior conducive to forgetting to label cultures, civilizations, polities, landmarks, and other features he saw on his voyage. The idea that he scried this map from a crystal ball is ludicrous conspiracism born from Atlassian inability to distinguish Pleiadian crystals with Meropian cocaine crystals. If countless hours of memory records held in New Atlantis, visible to all of good standing, not be enough to prove Zenko saw all the surface, such memories are still studied to fill the gap left by his wild inebriation and loss of sense as of this printing, nearly a millennia before the final cataclysm, while Atlysa plots its wild pillage and sacking of Kemet and Nubia, wishing our priests, lords, and kings as slaves. We simply know more than they do, because we are truly Atlantean. Now this is not some self-insert of mine being quirky. Basically, during the time that this map is being made, I know it's over here in northwest Africa, there's an empire and some lakes or seas that I did not create. Again, this my D&D maps, they plagiarize everything, right? There's Conan, there's Lord of the Rings, there's shit from everywhere, frankly. And I just kind of loot and pillage everything. And so someone made their idea of a Northwest African Atlantis, right? Based on, the Reshad structure and that being Atlantis. And their Atlantis happened to be set during about the same time that mine is. And technically this is, I forget, this is like a few decades before the very specific rounded update of 4500 BC that they gave. But somebody on I should probably look that up because it's kind of somewhat relevant. Right. There. Let's see. There's gonna be something. Oh, you know what? Lysa. There we go. I know I did somewhere. Okay, I'm probably missing it. Oh, you know what? I know where it is. It's in the maps. Here we go. Grammatiker. That's their name. So as you can see, they used some lakes from another map of what the lakes of the Green Sahara might have looked like, which is a real thing. And, I just took some names and stuff from it. Now, the idea is that because I already had my idea for a very long time, long before this version of the setting, honestly, that there's this new Atlantean empire, one of many empires to arise over the millennia, and that they're right about here, right between Alfheim, Fairyland, Amon from Lord of the Rings, Fairy, whatever you want to call it, and Africa. And then here in Northwest Africa is this huge Atlantean empire with names that make me think, oh, it would be cool if in my game this is made a different species of human. Like, you got normal Homo sapiens, you got Pleiadian, alien Nord humans over there. I think one of these is the Atlantean superhumans from Atlantis Second Age, an RPG I like. Um, let me get a drink. But it basically, with how my Atlantis, like how I view Atlantis, is going to be how New Atlantis is, because it's very much like the. It's my Atlantis that I've had for a while. They're definitely like, oh, there's this big Atlantean empire of different Atlanteans in Africa. Oh, we hate these guys. These guys aren't the real Atlantis. We're the new Atlantis. These guys are the newer Atlantis. Fuck them. Right, because they're assholes. And some of them aren't. The Empire of New Atlantis is made up of different nations, basically. One of them is a republic led by a queen, so that's weird. But, she's called the Blood Queen because she kills a lot. She also eats people. She eats them. It's pretty awesome. And then there's Vi, the successor to Azilia of Hesperia, which is a somewhat obscure reference, but if you know your Atlantis pseudo-history, you know that Lewis Spence said that the Amazons of myth were derived from the real-life Mesolithic, that is Middle Stone Age, kind of Azilian culture from France or Spain or Iberia or both or something. Sorry. Anyways, he said that the Amazons of myth were Atlantean Stone Age femboy pirates, basically. That they were mistaken for women, and that they were from like the Atlas Mountains, and then they went out and they became femboy pirates, which, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, he probably wouldn't have put it that way, but oh well, I like it. But, however, these are not the Azilian femboy pirates. These are a weird magic group of dark-skinned, white-haired weirdo culture from way, way out in the Pacific. They do have ancestral roots in Africa, but that's like tens of thousands of years ago. But yeah, old New Atlantis, and also they have Plato's Atlantis right here, the original Atlantis. They've dredged that up. But the main thing that I like about this map is it's a hell of a lot more readable than the old ones, You can see I've got Yu-Gi-Oh! Atlantis. Got Pandonia, which is the sea elf from Skyrim land. We got the City of the Golden Gates from racist mythology called Theosophy. We got Golden Bat, who is one of the original superhero guys, and he was from Japan, and he was named Ogon Bat after a brand of cigarettes. They're like, oh, they'll have to give us the sponsorship. He's named after the goddamn thing, and they're like, no, we won't give you the sponsorship. Like, whatever, that's his name. You've got the continent of Meropis, which has been host to all of the cool sword and sorcery style art that I can't place culturally whatsoever. All kind of goes in there, which usually means Lorantha stuff. Really cool art. Some of it doesn't go there, but whatever. But Golden Bat, basically, Superman? Golden Bat could hold Superman he could just make Superman small and just hold him in his palms and not let him go until he gave up. He just has every power. Listen, as a teenager, I was obnoxious about, Alucard from fucking Hellsing, man. He could beat anyone. He could beat Goku or something. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I was. Who cares? I don't even know. I don't even care if that's true. But Golden Bat out shonens everyone. He out shonens Superman, Goku, Naruto, One Punch. Well, yeah. I mean, One Punch Man has the comedy power, but Golden Bat has every power. So I think they would probably go to a stalemate. But Saitama's not in this setting, so Golden Bat is almost the Saitama of this setting, except he's a gold skeleton man with a red cape from Atlantis, and basically he is to be called on if the world is completely fucked, and people are like, oh, we gotta save people, we gotta save this civilization. They're like, go wake up Golden Bat. So hopefully, if Cthulhu rises from his grave again, well, his tomb. Gambo, it's a famous ichthyosaur from the Gambia. Mandan Empire, it's basically Mali, but the Lady of Mali, but Atlantis. Cool. This is Conan. This is Conan. This is Conan. This is, well, it's actually Amazonia from Conan, but because this has like the attitude of the character who wrote it, and like his naming for things and his kind of cultural bias. Some of that maybe doesn't pan through too much, but he calls it Abomey of the Amazons because probably he's thinking of Numbani and the Numbani age, basically the sword and sorcery stories by Charles Saunders, about fantasy sword and sorcery Africa, Imaro and all that stuff. Benin, you gotta have fucking Benin, or else you just don't have good taste. Ironsmiths, that's the Nat culture. Iron Kingdoms of the Hausa, Nat, Isle of the Necromancers, that's a Zothic thing from Clark Ashton Smith. That's some comic, threw it into Conan's age. I'm like, fine. Albino orangutan men savages. This is my take on really cool fantasy and I think speculative evolution artist on DeviantArt. Has a race of ape men called the Baraku. He described it, I think, as Planet of the Apes, but in the Bronze Age. I think that's badass. It also had monkey men called the Rama, and humans, of course, and I think at least two species of human, because there were these small humans, and I think they weren't just like small-bodied people. I think he was implying that they were like as different as like Homo floresiensis, or maybe I was misinterpreting it. But yeah, it was all that stuff that I could find from his stuff is in the Hollow Earth, and these guys are Baraku who have been probably stranded in the tunnels of the Hollow Earth for centuries or millennia, and so they're albino and they've gone mad and degenerated. Doesn't mean you can't show empathy to these guys, right? Could they be healed? Probably, yeah. Just because they're savage, I mean, my dog is a savage. Doesn't mean I want someone to kill him. I protect him like he's a baby, If somebody did that to these guys, they'd probably, really fucking be like, Jesus, thank you, dude. Or someone would. Oh, I forgot to give a little bit of a glow to that, but that's okay. This is a thing from Atlantis Second Age. More Hollow Earth stuff. Goes to Troglodyte Land, Opar. This is a weirdo Tarzan city. This is the Ketch from Pathfinder. Really creepy, cool ape men. This is Tartessos from Nadia of the Blue Water. I've never seen that anime. I'm sure it's good. I haven't seen that, and I haven't seen There's a thing from Conan RPG by Modiphius. And I haven't seen, this is an in-joke. It's not, there's no explanation, it's just a baba. There's pyramids. They're in an ancient, seemingly indecipherable text. And if you manage to translate them, they just say checkmate liberals. And there's no explanation. There's no, you have no idea who built these, why they built them, what was their agenda. It's just that they have Barack Obama's face on them, and it's the Obama pyramids. I hope that's not racist. I hope it's just funny. But anyways, what are we talking about? Alright. People, I was seeing, and this was just like random text on a fucking wiki article, so maybe they were just full of shit. But, people, I saw someone be like, someone mentioned that, like, when Disney's Atlantis came out, which, by the way, here's Nadia Atlantis, here is Disney Atlantis. When I heard, well, okay, I heard that, stupid, Aquaman, when I heard that, people were accusing Disney's Atlantis of plagiarizing Naughty of the Blue Water. And here's the thing, I don't know if there's like really, really specific things to call plagiarism on. There might be. But all that I read was, they're like, oh, you know, they can say that it's just based on Atlantis myth, but look, they're using like crystal magic. I'm like, that's like the most basic bitch Atlantis stuff you could possibly imagine. Like, if you ask any 4-year-old, did Atlantis use magical crystals? Like, yeah, probably, I don't know. You know? It's like, I don't believe in Atlantis at all. I'm almost certain it's fake. Here's something flat earthers made up that I appropriated. The seawall, which splits the movie and ocean into, basically the Pacific. Built untold eons ago, connecting the poles and disproving the savagery of the flat Earth. Oh, and here's another thing I forgot to label. That's okay. This is an underwater skyscraper, based on the Google thing. You know, you got all sorts of weird shit all over. You got Castback, right? Little fucking enclosure where some weirdos were like, I want to make enclosures for different time periods, and they did it. You got, you know, giant white slavers. You got the black pyramids of Antarctica. You got the black, enormous superstructure octagon alien Hollow Earth thing by some crazy lady. It's aliens. Savage Land from Marvel. The New Atlanteans call this Antiborea because everything is lost continents to them. That's their whole ID. That's their whole thing. They think everything is Hyperborea. If it's related to Hyperborea, it's Hyperborea. You got Predator. They call them camel spider face sky gods because they're aliens, so sky gods. And they have camel spider face. So what that is, look up solifuges or camel spiders and you'll see that predators have camel spider face. They're called the Yautja. And then Salal, thing from, you know, basically this is just trying to have a bunch of cool locations to look at. I'll probably have to do more in order to, you know, kind of sell these locations to players, and I definitely have to think of different adventures that can happen in all the different places. It'll be easy to rip stuff off from the books that I have and the things that I've bought, and there's a lot of stuff from different artists too. Also Morrowind, because why not? And there's still the Ashlanders are still running around being Ashcons. Iron Hills of the Dwarves. A lot of really cool shit that I stole, and really, what I think has made this much more readable than the other one is, first of all, I haven't placed literally everything that is on the map on the map. Right, this is just, first of all, this is what a New Atlantean dude would be able to find out with his possibly spacefaring airship. So that's definitely a lot. Yokuda, where the Red Guards are from, and the Scrim Scrolls. You got the Sheridan, the Neuragic civilization, same guys. And they've got the Sky Kings, because there's these funny little figures of these four-armed, kind of bug-headed looking armored guys with shields coming from the Neuragic civilization. And some people are like, oh, what if it's aliens? And I think C.M. Kozman drew What If They Were Aliens. And Ophir is a Conan thing, but I basically made it the Etruscans. The Koth is a kingdom of the Hyboreal, so I turned into the Italics. Based on just Wikipedia Hyborian Age bullshit. You got Gebel Gol Bahar. If you know about Gebel Gol Bahar, the pseudo-historical Maltese Atlantean thing, and the wacky ass names that this guy made up for his fake Atlantis. That's just beautiful. Old Atlantean ruins. This is from Budavund, some guy. You got Greece, you got the Corinthian warring states, the Minoans, you got Caravaggio, which is just like Constantinople, I guess. Rhodes, except in this prehistoric period, a idealized fantasy version of Alexander the Great, has a colossi there. You got Cyprus with a bunch of people, Çatalhöyük, Eden, basically Israel and Judea. And by the way, that's not actually all the polities there. There's Philistines along this coast. There's Amalek, and over here there's a lot of prehistoric settlements that would later become historic settlements. Over here there's like copper smelting. There's like a lot of stuff here that this guy didn't label. Because either didn't notice it, or he was too busy having sex with leprechauns, or getting fucked in the ass by a gnome. I don't know, but that's just what Atlanteans do. They're just it's their thing. It's okay. Anyways, but you got Canaanites, you got Assyria, you got Acadia. You got Sumeria, you got Ubadia, you got Doesn't Existia, you got the city of Vivek, except it got yunted into the dark Galaxic civilization. You got a lot of different cultures, a lot of different weird places. Weird empires, normal empires, less than normal empires. You got Skull Island from King Kong. You got Kumari Kondom. You got Gumari Blondum. You got this shit I made up. It's just a thing. Just a guy. You got this stuff, which is pretty cool, that my friend made up, which is weirdo caveman Magitech creatures and demon women's and the stuff. And then you got California, but the original California from a novel of a guy where there are black ladies writing Amazons and they kill people. And then Chumbi, Nina Chumbi and Ava Chumbi, fake islands where they milk horses and have gold mines, and there's black people to the west of South America, apparently. Rapa Nui, Easter Island, you know what that is. Blungar, Bungo, you got the city of Cthulhu, this is where he shall rise. Green Sea, hell. Weirdo stuff from OASP, because Pan is here, of course. But it's a new form of Pan. And it's still a hideous nightmarescape. Whereas Rutas is, not that Pan can't, have beauty on it. It's a whole goddamn continent. But Rutas is a beautiful nightmare. Right? It's a beautiful hell. Pan, Waga, as these Atlanteans call it, this is just like a disturbing body horror nightmare realm. And they're probably right to think so. You've got atomic bird civilizations piloting stuff. Thoth's moving island. You got Grungo. You got the death of Hitler. You got the really cool Dovilio Brero Atlantis paintings for his cult that he was a part of, Damanhur or whatever, Temporal Empire or something or other thing. You got Donkey's Atlantis and the League of Dolphins, Super Dolphins, shoot torpedoes. Conan Pastiche, Spence Atlantean bullshit, Hyperborea, Clark Ashton Smith bullshit, Godzilla's Temple Underground, Bermuda Triangle. I'm gonna be honest, I have to piss. I'm gonna stop recording. I want you to know that South America appreciates you and your epic gamer skills. Goodbye.